Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Yasu for PojoMojo.com, and we're going to talk about a thing called lunch shaming. Lunch shaming. What is lunch shaming? It's when a student doesn't have enough money to afford a hot lunch. So instead of the school, which our school system can afford it, giving the kid a hot lunch, they will actually turn the kid away. They will do some things, as I will show you in a minute. Something like stamp a stamp on their arm and that says, "I need money for lunch," with a smiley face. A couple of places have reported on this. The only reason why I really decided to talk about this is because Nevada has their House of Representatives has passed a legislative bill that is passed in the House of Representatives. Not sure if it's going to pass the full whatever, but it should. Hopefully it does. Against this, so that no kids will be lunch shamed again. But in Alabama, Glendale, this elementary school, there was a kid who got lunch shamed. Okay, now this is where the story gets interesting. I think I told you his name is John Bivens. It was a third grader, right? He didn't have enough money for his ice cream and things like that that go along with a hot meal, but he already brought his own lunch. So now they stamped his arm with a sign saying, "I need money," which I showed you the picture, and they sent him home. As a third grader, I don't think he really understood what they were putting on his arm. They were actually branding him and letting everybody else know that he didn't have the money, which is really kind of a shame. That's what's called lunch shaming. So all the other kids now know that he couldn't afford the hot lunch, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you should give everybody everything, but come on, this is a third grade kid. He couldn't have ice cream. Come on. I know when I went to school, it wasn't exactly a shame because most of the kids that I went to school with were in the same boat as I was. I had the little pink card that you had to stamp and all of that stuff. And trust me, when I got to high school, we learned how to abuse that card. All you had to do was once it got stamped, then you had to go and rough it up with a pen and eraser and crumple up the card. And then wait like till closer to the end of lunch. Go back through. They think they couldn't read the card. So you just told them it got caught in the wash. And all of a sudden you got another free lunch. Yeah, it was cool. But now, this is a third grade kid, and this happened in a school named Glendale Elementary School in Alabama. Please remember that, because that is where they need to focus on making sure this happens as a bill, not just in Nevada, but in Glendale, Alabama, and all around the country. There's no reason that kids should be going hungry when they go to school and not being given that, and not being given a lunch. We all pay the tax dollars. They should get it. Come on now. But anyway, John Bivens was a third grade kid who couldn't afford the lunch. And when he got home with that stamp on him, oh, dad wasn't too happy. So he contacted, a newspaper and stuff, and that got definitely televised. And Glendale Elementary School should be shamed for that. That's where the shame should be placed. You don't do that to a little kid. But there was a story that I'm gonna get into in a second where there was a lunch lady a couple of years ago. I think it was a couple of years ago or last year, something like that, where she noticed that the kid did not have lunch money, and so she paid for the kid to get lunch. And what ended up happening? They fired her. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But is this what this is coming to? Yo, listen, I'm not a big broadcaster. I'm not doing this on a big budget or whatever, but something needs to be shown here. The light needs to be shined on this. This is ridiculous. Let's stop the lunch shaming. PojoMojo.com. Thank you. Support me. And I'm only saying support me by just watching and going to the site. I'm not asking for money and nothing like that because I don't have any. So, but lunch shaming should not be happening for anyone, for anything, period. Give the kids food. You already take enough. PojoMojo.com. Yasul. We out.